Fingers crossed. We did it. Nicholas, how?
Again, technical difficulties. I also had to put on pants.
Now that Nick has pants, we're just really pumped to be here. I'm going to click go live over there on the Insta world as well. And we did it. We have takeoff. We did this. We actually have checks next to all 3 platforms. Nicholas, how?
Houston, we are a go.
We are a go. Hey, folks, if you're joining us today, albeit 15 minutes late, we are your hosts, Alyssa Smith. I am an ADHD coach, surprise, and a parent coach. And this is my friend, Nick Howe. Can you tell us about yourself, Nick Howe?
Hi, I'm Nick. I am a dad and the founder of a company that is in the mental health care space. We provide tools to providers to better connect with their clients.
Boom. There it is, folks. Okay. So if you're just happening upon us and you have no idea what we're talking about today, Nicholas and I are going to make the case for what I think is one of the most underrated relationship skills out there that there is. And when we're talking relationship skills, remember, I chat with parents and kids, and I'm talking about those relationships. And Nick, you're dealing mostly with like couples, that kind of relationship. Yeah.
Correct. But there is, I think there's in us having conversations leading up to this, there's a lot of parallels.
For sure. And the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, oh my God, wait, that's the same kind of deal. So before we dive into what is the most underrated relationship superpower, we want to invite anybody who's listening right now to go ahead and drop in the chat or just think to yourself, what the heck is it? What is the most underrated relationship superpower that's got a bit of a bad rap? So hit us with your guesses if you've got any, if you dare. I see some of you folks on here. I love that. I love seeing that. And for folks who are just tuning in, there were some guesses, Nick, on LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had some guesses in the hype up for this little event. Someone guessed empathy. I mean, come on.
It's a good one.
Good one. I'm trying to think of the other one that hit. There were a couple of it. Someone said something about communication, and I was like, okay, but I need more. Like, be more specific, right? Because come on.
Somebody said repair, right?
Oh, that's it. That was the other one. Repair, which is like solid. What a solid guess, right?
Yeah, and I love all of those answers. And it's really kind of, at least with how my brain works, the interesting thing is like the thing that we identified are all cornerstones that lead to these. So you're absolutely not wrong. These are all great, but we can go deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're here to do that today, but not yet. So hold on to your little guess right now, whatever you got in your mind. It is not, spoiler, it is not empathy, it is not repair, and it's not the broad umbrella of communication, but we'll be back in a moment to debate it. But before we do, Nick, you are all about games and fun and hilarity, are you not?
That is a bold-faced lie. I'm very serious. I hate fun. I am the Grinch.
Oh my gosh. Fine. I'm a liar. You're the worst. You're great. I'm going to hit you with some would you rather questions anyway. And
we're going to go back and forth because I pulled up some good ones, and the document you shared with me, while there were some good ones in there, there are some pretty standard ones that everybody's already heard. So I'm going to give you some weird ones. You go first. Ladies first. By all means.
Ready. Okay. Gosh. Would you rather sneeze glitter or cry rainbow tears?
I would prefer to sneeze glitter. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I have huge sneezes. Glitter would be everywhere. I would walk into enemies' houses with a handful of pepper and just like.
So you would revel in the opportunity to do that. Fantastic. Learning about you already.
Rainbow tears is glorious, but I choose chaos with glitter.
Come on, hit me with one. Let's go fast.
Would you rather sweat liquid cheese or cry hot melted butter?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'd have to go with freaking crying. I can't have cheese whiz down my sides all day long.
I told you mine are weird.
I would like drop my weights mid-workout. I have broken toes. I can't. This is horrible. It's horrible. All right. We've heard this one before, but I have to ask you because the visual is amazing. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses.
You're gonna fight 100 duck-sized horses?
I work with children. Horse-sized ducks or duck-sized horses is I can handle that just fine.
All right, come on, help me. What do you got?
Would you rather turn into a frog every time you get nervous, or turn into a statue for 10 minutes every time you laugh?
Oh my God, 10 minutes. That's a really long time. That's such a commitment.
I feel like you would perpetually be a statue.
I would literally get like one word in and then I'd be a statue.
It's okay. You would be a statue. I would forever be a frog. So
I can't. That's really unfair. That's unfair.
How is it unfair? Blame Googly.
Googly, that one sucked. It's not fair. I don't want to be a frog all the time. That's so like, it's not cool. Anyway, I don't know. I don't love this one. Oh, I like this one. Okay. And then we're going to have to move on because we have things to talk about, but well, you can do one more though after.
Thanks.
Would you rather have a pet parrot who only repeats embarrassing moments from your past, or a pet squirrel that steals your socks every day?
Squirrel.
Of course you would. You like squirrels. Okay. What do you got for me? You don't have another one. Are we going to end on that? Squirrel? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ending it on that one. You would rather have a squirrel stealing your socks. I hope your feet don't smell. We don't need to be around that. Okay. So back to the question of this live. What is the relationship superpower with the bad rap? Drum roll, please. Nicholas, tell us what it is. What is it?
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Come on. All right. Can you defend that, good sir, if you dare? Why curiosity?
Why curiosity is a superpower, or why it gets a bad rap?
Ooh, superpower. Go there.
Oh man.
Or bad rap, whatever you're feeling ready for.
How do I put this into words? It creates it creates wonder, I guess you could say. Like the good example for me is like the practice that I've, the activity that my son and I do, every week is just like asking him questions and then making a point to be present, to truly listen to him, and then ask more questions. And so, for us, and I'm totally hijacking like the parent-kid communication thing here, but it goes without saying with, your partners as well, that just simply paying attention and wanting to know more, yes, does a few things. It makes the other person feel seen. It makes the other person feel cared about. It improves communication and like the desire to share more.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm totally with you and all of that. And I think like we're also freaking different, right? Like parents with multiples. I've got two. My kids are like night and day different, right? They're night and day different. And I'm different from both of them, though one has ADHD like mama. If I wasn't curious about like what's going on for her in this moment, like how is she experiencing this same exact moment that everyone else is experiencing? If I didn't wonder that, I feel like I would just drift from her, or she would just like kind of she'd feel it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I weren't really like trying to get at like what's her experience of this moment. And I didn't really get like we experience the same thing very, very differently. Right? Yeah. So I don't know. For me, I'm like, ooh, with anybody, right? Whether you're dating somebody, my God, you're like, well, how did that go for them? Like, I know my experience, but like, how was it? Right? I,
Mhm.
you can't just wait till like the big questions to be asking and like trying to see. You got to be doing it like along the way, right?
Yeah. And it goes to say like all adult relationships can benefit from that level of curiosity. For me, I like walking into coffee chats kind of blind
Mm,
because I give myself the opportunity, give myself and the other person an opportunity to really kind of like, I get to go, tell me, it's like, and being able to just hear, but pick up on the parts that they're excited about and ask more questions about that. And it's, for, for romantic partners, it's the same thing,
mhm,
but kind of like onto the topic of how it gets a bad rap is like life can get in the way. And
mhm.
for me and what I see and observe is like the relationship, like that interpersonal relationship between two romantic partners when life is going on, that's the first thing to kind of fall off, because that is the one constant. Like everything else is going on, your person is still there, and it's like, oh, I could, you know I hate to say it, like shelve it or put it on the back burner, but it's like it's there, it's a constant, I know it's there, I just
Mm,
address it later. And I think that becomes such a habit,
yeah.
um, that it can drift away, and at the same time, as adults, the hard thing for us is we are already answering questions all day. We're
Mm,
already problem solving. We're already doing all of this stuff
yeah.
at work, let alone if we have kids.
Yes.
And so to like, do we have the capacity throughout the day or at the end of the day to really kind of do that and connect with our partner? Do they have the capacity to like want to be involved? And so it's this weird kind of like, I feel like as adults, we kind of outgrow curiosity in the sense of seeking wonder in everything that we're looking for, like everything that we see. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's because, like, as we grow,
Yep.
we're expected to problem solve and have questions, or excuse me, to answer questions
Yeah.
and to have answers for
Yeah.
all of these other things. And we're left drained at the end of the day.
Mm.
And the opposite of that, and with curiosity, is we don't have the energy or maybe the desire to do so.
Mm. I love that you're bringing capacity into this. I did not think we were going that direction, Nick, but 100%. Like if you're done, if you're spent, right? And especially if you're somebody, I don't know, I feel like men have this. I don't want to and I don't want to rule women out either. We just feel like we want to fix, we want to help, we want to be useful. Yeah. And moms, especially, my gosh, we want to have the answers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's pump it out. Um, and sadly, like in our all our loving energy and our desire to help, we burn ourselves out, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
we're less to even keep that little baseline of
Yeah.
excitement, wonder, whatever you're talking about, but even like interest, so that other person feels like is this thing on? Is somebody there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the perfect example for this is what do you want for dinner? Like, it's the conversation that every couple has at the end of the day, but
Yep.
nobody wants to answer, not from a lack of desire and trying to find something to want to eat, but it's more or less like we are
Tapped.
we have lack of capacity to really kind of like
Yep.
go through that conversation to
Yep.
figure to truly figure it out, putting myself in the position of having, chose having had to choose
Words.
to put forth energy into that conversation before.
Yeah.
You can go about it you can go about it a completely different way. Like, and it's like, okay, how do you find the fun and the play of it in
Mm.
trying to get that question answered so it doesn't feel so boring.
Yes.
But at the
Yes.
same time, it's a choice. It's like, okay, can I or should I or do I want to put the energy into this? when I could very easily choose not to. But again, it's the perfect example of, at the end of the day, when everything else is kind of said and done, where do we want to focus the last of our capacity for the day?
Mm-hmm.
And do we choose to put that towards our partner, or in your case, our kids?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that question is important, and it's actually bringing me to my ADHD coaching. It's so funny about that. You're asking, like, are we gonna put that little bit of energy we have left into some curiosity with somebody that we care about, like,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of our day? Yeah. And I mean, I know this is what you've created to support couples with this. And I love that it doesn't even have to be at the same moment. I
Mm-hmm.
love that with your app, it can be in a different moment. Like, you know what I mean? People on different coasts, right? I'm New York, you're California. You could drop something in for a human in New York, and when I'm available, I can see it, right? It doesn't have to be that moment.
Mm-hmm.
We both have to be on the same exact page at the same time. I love the flexibility of that so much. But for my kids, like, with my kids, if I got nothing, I like have like a little pack with just like fun questions I can ask them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lose the fun. We forget. We get boring with our questions. We're just like, how was your day? Right?
Yeah.
How are ya? And nobody really has a lot of energy for that at the end of a long day, kids included, which is why fine, mom, fine. But if you're like, okay, what was the most ridiculous moment of your day? Or
Mm-hmm.
if you could redo with one superpower, one moment of your day, what the heck would it be? And then when you're right, then you're like, whoa, I want to be here, right?
Right. Yeah, and you bring up a good point. And like, so for me, I look at it as, it's a choice in being able to acknowledge that moment where your brain is kind of like, I want to check out. But there's a point in that feeling where it's like, okay, I can check out and disengage, or I can like lean into this. And for me, it's kind of like a feeling. Like, there are points in time where Cameron we'll be on a walk and he'll want to show me something, or, he'll have some random thought and it's like, okay, yeah, sure. All right, whatever, buddy. Or it's like, no, like he's bringing something up, right? Because he wants to share it. And it's like, okay, this is a moment. He wants to share something. And I'm like, I can lean in. Mm. And instead of just going, yeah, I can listen and then bring up, and not necessarily regurgitate something that he said, but more or less just like pick something from what he said and just ask about that. And it works the same way with your partners, in the sense that, hey, if they're venting about something, or if they're passionate about something or excited about something, towards the end of the day, or, throughout the day, however you two are communicating, it's like, if they're sharing something or venting, it's like, okay, I can disengage, or I can take that 60 seconds to be present and go, hey, and add on to whatever they're addressing and make them feel seen and heard. And it's those, I feel like I can speak to both sides of this. Is like, for a romantic partner, that's really important, because, there's studies that show like those are important moments, but at the same time, those are important moments with your kids too. Yeah.
They're bids, right? The Gottlieb, is that the Gottmans? Yeah.
The Gottman Institute calls them bids for connection. Yes. And so it's like butterfly and you're like, yes, or, but like that yes is like, hey, it is you're right. That's a beautiful swallowtail. Cam did that to me the other day. And it's like, no, it's like, it's because you have that choice. In that snap, in that half a second, you have the choice to either go, I can totally lean into this.
Yep.
And it's just one more happy moment we create, or we don't.
We don't. And we miss it.
I disengage and we miss it. But those are the small things that start cracks and rifts in relationships. And it's, while it is absolutely energy to lean into that, it's not much.
Yeah, and it feels good. Like, it pays off immediately. like their face, their posture,
Mhm.
their level of animation, right? And then if
Yeah.
you can take it a step further and you can ask a follow-up question, I mean, how much effort does that take? Virtually none. If you're listening to go, oh, what else could I ask? When you see somebody being lit up, I don't
Mhm.
know, that like it just feels so good for your partner, whether it's a kid or,
Yeah.
your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse.
And I would expand on that. Like half the time, you just need to engage in that moment. There's it's like with the butterfly example. It's like,
Yeah,
I see the butterfly. It's beautiful, and that's it.
that's it.
Like you don't have to.
Yeah,
Those moments don't always have to be like continuously engaging. It's more or less just acknowledging what
yeah,
the person is wanting to share with you, and that
yeah.
partners, kids, that goes with friendships too. And when you take a step back
Mm.
and look at it from that perspective, it's like it's not a lot of energy. It's just
No.
why and that's where I get really introspective and going. It's like, okay, well, why didn't I want to? Where was my head at? What was I going on about? Because
Yeah.
curiosity into your person is great, but curiosity and introspection into yourself is also really important too. And in trying to figure out where I'm at and why it's causing me to not want to engage. And
Yeah.
being aware of that allows you to, to be, at least in me, in kind of learning to be aware of that, has allowed me to see and feel those moments. And it's like, okay, do I want, I'm in that feeling of like, oh, I could disengage right now, but do
Mhm.
I want to? And
Right.
then, choosing to make another decision.
Yeah. Whether that decision is like rescheduling, circling back, going back and repairing later, right? If you didn't have that capacity in the moment.
Yeah.
But you're so right about going back and reflecting, like, what was that about me? Like, why couldn't I engage about the dang butterfly? Right?
And 90% of the time, I don't want to disengage just because my head is elsewhere.
Yes.
Which is what I found is like I'm stressed about something. I'm like deep in thought about something else, and it's like
Yep.
I can. There's no reason I can't pause what I'm thinking about to spend 2 seconds to go butterfly. And most of the time, like if like a lot, I'm a ball of spaghetti, nervous energy in my head, and so it's like those moments really help to pull me out of that thought
Yeah.
process.
It's just being present
Mhm.
with the human can get us out of ourselves, right? It's
Yep.
so wild up there. Like, let's get out and like into the space with someone else and their energy. Totally. Hey, Nick, we could talk forever. And I know I said 20 minutes and we're already just saying at 23.
Yeah.
I want to ask another question about this before we play another game.
Okay.
Why do you think we become like less curious with the people we love the most? Why does that happen? Do you think that happens?
Yeah, I think it happens. I think it can happen. I think we choose to let it happen. And I touched on it earlier. It's because life gets in the way.
Yeah. Yep.
Them like our children are a constant. Our romantic partner is a constant. It is always there. And it becomes the like, okay, I have to handle this.
Mhm.
My relationship will always be there. I can always come back to it. And in the weirdest sense, it becomes not in the weirdest sense, but it becomes less of a priority because it is a constant. It's like,
Yep.
oh, I can always come back to that.
Yeah.
Which is why it shouldn't be the case with our kids or with our partners. We deserve, and they deserve to for us to reserve some energy every day to be engaging.
Yeah.
It's back to like the spoons part of our app, Cups and Spoons. It's like it's a play on paying attention to where you put your energy every day.
Yeah.
Like I have 100 spoons every day.
Ugh.
10 to get ready in the morning, 25 at work,
Nick.
10 to pick up meals. And ideally you want extra at the end of the day, so you're not drawing from tomorrow.
Okay.
But we need to remember that we need to reserve spoons or energy for the people that we care about, because they deserve it and we deserve
Yes.
we deserve that too. You know, it's reciprocal. Like if you don't do it, they're not going to do it. And then it's just that rift gets bigger.
Like, I can't even tell you how much I connect with that I'm solo parenting 11 months of the year, right? And my energy, I protect pretty fiercely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm making time for anyone in my workday or after, it means they matter, right? I'm gonna run low on my energy if I'm not curious and instilling curiosity and asking and inviting answers from my kids about the day-to-day challenges that we're going through. Like the meltdown on the way out the door. Hey, what do you think that was about? Like, what was the hardest moment of that? Like,
yeah,
what would help us get through that differently tomorrow? So like this moment of like us like having this clash doesn't happen again tomorrow, because I don't want you to feel that way, and I don't want to feel that way when we start our day.
Mm-hmm.
So like for when I think of the child and the parent dynamic, I just want to toss in there that like parents think like we put it on ourselves. Like, I got to figure this out. And like, if you're solo parenting or single parenting, I'm the adult in the room. It's my job. And I want to push back on that and be like, what if curiosity is this, it's this thing that you actually could be leaning on to help you do a hell of a lot less, put less on you,
Mm-hmm.
and actually coach and invite them in so much more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I taught for a long, long, long time, Nick. I was like, wow, we have no pencils again, friends. And I didn't stand in lecture. I was like, community meeting, everybody sit down, let's go. Who's the leader this week? Yep, Jason, take it away. The hot topic is we got no pencils. Let's solve it, go. And immediately you dive into solution. And I'm on the ground with them. And I raise my hand if there's something that I wish that needs to be said, but the kids solve it. Mm-hmm. If we lean into questions, if we're not scared to bring up the question, right? The thing that's on our mind.
Yeah. So a fun fact that I recently read was like our prefrontal cortex, like our executive function, critical thinking, decision-making part of our brain is not fully developed until I think like our mid to late 20s. And once I learned that or realized it, how I approach conversations with Cam is completely different, because it's like, okay, he doesn't know how to get from point A to point G. Going A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell him A to G, and then he's like, okay, cool. But what I didn't help him do is work to develop that part of his brain and go, hey, we have A, we have G. Mm-hmm. How do we get there?
There you go. Ooh,
and then as he's coming up with things, it's like, okay, cool. Absolutely. You're on track.
Yep.
And then we have to think about this.
Yeah.
And then this, and then this, and then this.
Question, what about when this happens? What do you do? How are you going to get around that? And have you thought about X, right? Mm-hmm. And suddenly you're their partner. You're not like the ship captain, or you're not like shaking a finger at them. You are their partner in developing planning, prioritization, time management, organization, all those freaking skills. And it starts simply with questions. What do you want to accomplish? How are you going to get there? What support do you need? Don't know? Let's get started.
Yeah.
Let's see what's missing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Oh my God. We're so nerdy, Nick. This is much nerdier than I thought we would go. Are you surprised at our nerdy level today?
No.
You knew we were going to be this nerdy.
Our conversations, while goofy, like we touch on some deep topics.
We do.
Believe it or not, friends.
We fake fight in public just to pull you in and make you want to come talk with us for 28 minutes. What? Okay. We got to wrap this very soon, my friend. We really do.
Okay.
But, okay. Are we going to end with a game or no? Tell me if I want to learn more about cups and spoons and hugs and, ways to deepen my connection with a partner. How would you help me, and where do I find you?
Sure. If you want to like engage with me directly, I'm always on LinkedIn, Silly Goosen. If you want to educate yourself more about, what's been built in the app Cups and Spoons and our platform Hugs Hub, you can go to how-united.com and kind of educate yourself there. And to pique your curiosity, Cups and Spoons is a relationship building game that you can play with your partner, whether you're in the same room or across the country. You log in, you get to the game board, and it's just filled with items to do for and with your partner throughout the day or throughout the week. And it's that simple. Is, you know, you're already on your phone anyways. You take 10 seconds to go, oh, I can pull up the app and I can do this for my partner today, or I can plan to do this for them this week. Yeah. I like, it's really interesting because I have had 2 people, I think in the last few weeks, reach out to me and go, why is this even on the board? Like, why is this thing here?
Really?
And I'm like, that's exactly the point. There are some really wonky things in that can show up in the game board.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to engage and like actually act on that tile or not is not really the purpose. It's more or less, it's a moment to engage with your partner and go, and yourself, and go, it's like, what? Like, yeah, I would never do that for them, or I would like, they would never do that for me, or why is this even here? And that's a moment for you to go, why did I have that reaction? Like, what about that is so contradictory for me?
Yeah.
But it's a conversation starter to be curious with your partner and have engaging conversation to really kind of learn. And the magic for me in sharing the app is like, there are going to be points where you have those conversations, or like something is going to come up and you're going to have, like, one of my favorite examples is like, my partner put me on Cloud9. I struggled so hard with keeping that in the database for our tiles, because it's like, how do you really do that for your partner? Like, how could you do that in a day, or how could you plan to do that in a week? And it's like, I struggled with feeling confident in putting out there, but at the same time, it's like, it had me thinking.
Yeah.
And acknowledging that it was on my mind is like, oh, it's not the actual fact of working to do that. It's more or less like, how would I put, like, if I could magically do anything for you today to put you on Cloud9, what would it be? And so the magic of the app is those conversations, but banking that answer. And then the next time that tile shows up, you can go, I get it. I can do that. And then it's going to like fireworks for your partner, but that's where the connection is. And I totally just like stole like 3 minutes of our chat, but that's the entire point of the app, is to allow yourself to be curious, but also connect with your partner.
Beautiful. I can't believe, I mean, I don't have it, but I'm like, I could totally do this with a buddy, because I'm the single lady in the room right now. I'm like, but I could totally do it with a buddy and play around and go, oh my God, how does it make me think? And what's triggering to me? Because that stuff, whether in a relationship or not, you can be working on all the time, because it's coming back. It's coming back, whether it's from your kids, who I believe are like divinely planted to trigger everything we've got in us. I really, really do. I'm like, wow, you are going to make me a really great wifey one day to someone else with all the stuff you are bringing up in me. Right. So I don't know. I just love that. I love that you're adding in the personal development piece of that, because I mean, come on, if you want to be a better partner, you got to be working on yourself, and you got to be open to that. Don't you? Ooh. Okay. We got to wrap, my friend, very, very soon. P.S. I mean, if you want to learn about how I work with kids, I'm just going to throw it out there. And parents, I do ADHD or executive function coaching with kids, but I also support the parents in those relationships too. Because a lot of the time parents are like, how did you do that? How did you say it without pissing her off? How come she's taking initiative now? What the heck did you do? And it's often not something magical I've done. It's just the style of leading with questions. It's inviting their thinking in. It's making sure we're co-creating solutions. I'm not coming in there with a whiteboard and like, listen, gather around, here's what we're doing, this. That's not how you do it with adults, and it's not how you do it with kids either. We just forget, like, once they're out of toddler phase, we don't have to be in keep them alive phase anymore. We don't have to be in this is how you do it phase anymore. We get to step back and be a little more of a coach. And I don't think there's much out there in the world supporting parents in that transition from keep them the F alive to support them in really growing their independence and in just becoming who they are, right? So I've got a free workshop for parents coming up August 21st at 12 Eastern Standard Time. It's called Why Am I Still Doing This for My Kid? I hope you join us there, and you can find me on LinkedIn. You could find me on Facebook, Alyssa Smith, MED, and you could find me on Instagram, Same Team Families. Okay, Nick, before we sign off, what is a question you wish more people asked? It's a hard one.
Why? not in the annoying like the annoying like childlike way, where it's just like whatever answer you give.
Yeah.
Why? Like why? But it's such a powerful question, and I find myself asking myself a lot that question of like, why did I react that way? Well, it's because of this. Well, why was this such an important, like, why was this such a linchpin in the way I reacted? And just being able to recycle that question to get down to an answer, but like making it come from a place of curiosity and true engagement of going, it's like, okay, well, like, why was this thing so important to you? Well, why about that made it so important? Or like, where was your headspace at? But truly being able to ask why, and it works with kids too. In just going like, please, like, help me understand, why equals help me understand this. Like, I want to know. So that would be my answer is why.
I love it. It's a hard question to ask. What's a question you wish more people asked? I think I just came up with one right at the end. I did listen. I think why is the best, though. You take the cake. You win there. But a simple one that I think can actually open up more conversations than we think with our kids, with our friends, honestly, with the barista who's making your freaking coffee. And it was asked to me by a friend who actually ended up becoming the godmother of my youngest daughter. And the question she asked, that I actually laughed in her face when she asked me, and she held my hands and was like, I'm deadly serious. Like, I'm not joking. I just want to hear. The question was, how is your heart? Like, how is your heart? Come on.
That's so beautiful and intimate. I love that.
Right? I was like, oh, come on. I was racing down the hallway getting to a class that I was teaching. And she like literally held my hand and was like, no, really, how's your heart? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to cry. I was like, I think we need a coffee. A lot just came up when you asked it that way, right? And I connected with her later, and that was it. So I think how's your heart kind of changes. It's not like, hey, give me your generic, fine, I'm good, whatever, I'm busy, I'm tired. But I actually care about the heart behind the person there,
That's lovely. I'm going to steal that.
Oh, do it. Please do. Friend, we made it 37 minutes. Who are we?
Squirrels.
We're squirrels. Oh, we did it. We may not have been on the link that we told people we'd be on.
It's fine.
We did it. But we freaking did it.
We did. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. You did great.
Thank you, my friend. So did you. It's been an honor. And I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off. Sign off. Thank you for joining us, friends. Okay.